this section, we've got the weekly news. So, I mean, a bit more unconventional, isn't it? So I don't think we're gonna go through too many serious stories. Although we will cover things that we feel like we want to, but try and keep it quite light-hearted, I would have thought. So, but this week, a lot going on this week. What we've done is we've picked out a few stories that have occurred this week, and we want to sort of talk about it, don't we? Yeah. And I think with regards to first one I picked out as well, a really really good story about this company has developed an app called What 3 Words. And the whole idea behind it is the fact that it's if you get lost, or there's been cases of people getting lost in the woods and lost in the middle of nowhere, and they've obviously phoned emergency services up, and normally you just ask for help and they try and find you and this, that and the other. But this app, they've basically broken the entire Earth down into trillions and trillions of tiny little squares. So each square is like 3 by 3 meters. So that using this app, this special algorithm, it creates 3 words for that particular 3 by 3 meter square. And what it does is that when you do phone the emergency services up, they tell you to download the app, and then using that technology and that algorithm, we're using those 3 words, hence the title, then pinpoints your exact location. So, and it's proved really, really popular. So people have been rescued in really, really quick time, whereas normally you'd be obviously stranded for a lot longer as well. Although I believe there was a pregnant woman found in a storage container at a port, which is a bit weird. I don't know.
You ordered one of them?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I don't know how that happened, but hey ho. But yeah, so I mean, people have been rescued. I just thought it was a really, really good idea.
It is.
Yeah, really good idea.
If you think about it, it's just one of them. It's quite simple. It's the trillions of squares aside.
Yeah.
It's actually quite a simple idea.
It is, yeah. You tend to. I mean, a lot of the, I suppose, the best ideas they do tend to be sometimes the most simplest ones, don't they? So no, it's really, really clever. So yeah, it really stuck out for me that, because we've all had that. I think, especially when you're kids, you have that panic attack moment, don't you? Where you go out and you're in the woods, and then you'll go and you don't know really where you are or anything else. And I suppose these days as well, you can be found pretty quick.
Do you get to choose your own 3 words?
Well, unfortunately, no. Although there were some great ones. There was I think number 10. Somebody used the app to pinpoint number 10, and it was "you slimy something" or so or another, which I thought was
fair enough.
Yes, relatively apt as well. But no, it was really, really clever. So it really, really did stand out for me. But yeah, so I'll be downloading it. So when I do get lost, which probably will do sooner rather than later, I can be found relatively quickly.
That would be good. Choose your 3 words for your hometown. Put them in the comments and see if we can guess where you are.
Yeah, that would be a good idea actually. Yeah. So sort of just to find out. Yeah, I bet we can suss most of them out. But no, it's really, really clever idea. Really cool. So yeah, really stood out for me. Yeah. So what have you got? What else have you got?
Unfortunately, mate, it's don't want to put too down on it as quick in our very first episode, but it really does need bringing up, and that was the death of PC Andrew Harper.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Got killed while investigating a burglary.
Yeah.
There's a 20-year-old. They say man, he's a lad in here, 20.
Yeah.
Appearing at magistrates in the morning. But I think, so we're going to try and keep this a light-hearted show as possible, but I think it just highlights again the shortages and the absolute uphill struggle that are boys and girls in blue face every day.
No, it is well said. It's tragic news, and it's again raises its ugly head, doesn't it? In terms of these guys and ladies as well. PCs put their life on the line sort of every day for us, and they get a lot of stake, don't they? Well, no, they've got every credit, and obviously terrible news about that poor guy, and obviously his family as well.
Yeah, 4 weeks he'd been married.
Oh, it's absolutely horrendous.
I caught a snippet on Channel 4 yesterday. Now I didn't see the police force didn't mention, service. You had to say no, not force.
Yeah, that's
Any
true.
Hot Fuzz fans, you'll get the reference.
Yeah.
For every 13,000 people there's one response. Police
Yeah, that can't be right. It just can't. I mean, I know the sort of counter argument is obviously with the advent of technology and everything else and this that, and the other. I sort of understand it in many ways, but you can't. You've got to have physical police, police on the streets.
You can have the best facial recognition. You can have the best ANPR cameras in the world.
Yeah.
They will never ever beat the old Bobby's nose.
No, you're right. I agree. And even just making people feel safer when you see them out and about. When you're, I don't know, on your local high street, wherever you live, or anything else, just seeing somebody that does give you that little bit more reassurance as well.
So the thing, the cuts, they also affect what the policing that you can't see.
Yeah. Because
obviously with the total lack of frontline police, the scholars are getting away with it more.
Yeah.
But when if they do get caught, the detectives, they're cut as well. So getting a case to CPS anyway. We could go on forever on that.
No, you could.
That subject gets on my bloody nerves.
But rightly so, though. I mean, it's important. I mean, it is important. You know, people do say, oh, you know, you hear about it a lot on the news, police numbers, and all right, like any politician, they use it for political gain and in terms of putting bobbies on the beat and all this. But it's true. I mean, you do need a physical presence on the street. But yeah, tragic story, and obviously any loss of any policeman or policewoman for that matter is one too many. But yeah, they've got to. I mean, they've got to have more. I know they've got stab vests and that and the other, and I suppose we'll come in the coming weeks. No doubt, unfortunately, we'll be covering stories about street violence, no doubt knife crime, and more of these tragic stories and this that and the other. But they just, you know, they need help, and yeah. So for me, I mean, I'm not, you know, I'm not going to get into the debate about arming them just now. I suppose it's too. We could do a whole series of shows on that particular subject, but for me, minimum, they need tasers, all of them.
Yeah,
simple as that. Yeah. Because you know, as soon as they start getting attacked, they need to be able to defend themselves, but also neutralise the person. You know, for the sake of the public safety as well. So it's got to be done. Yeah, it's got to be done. But yeah, it's absolutely horrendous. But and like I said, with Parliament, I mean, with old Boris, I mean, you know, talking about police numbers within a couple of days of being in office and this, that and the other. And, you know, you worry that he's just using that as a soundbite rather than actually putting that into practice in terms of boosting police numbers. But
well, no, Lancashire police are having a bit of a drive, but they say where they go from, even if they do recruit a load of police, you still... It looks like they're recruiting more police. They're not. Yeah. They're just bringing the numbers up to what they used to be.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's an ongoing thing. But yeah, I mean, the other thing talking about politicians was obviously this week as well. There was a group of MPs lobbying for banning of.
Oh God.
Yeah, I know you're not going to say it, don't you?
Oh.
Banning of the use of hands-free in cars, obviously via Bluetooth. Using your mobile, but I don't know when this is going to end, because you know, I mean, when it was legal, I hasten to add as well, when it was legal, I remember driving. I'd have a cigarette in one hand, a can of Coke between my legs.
Casual superstar.
Yeah, no. Okay. Yeah, soft drink, everybody.
That is soft for you.
Yeah, I know. And then you'd have your phone, like so. You'd be driving, but I know things change, and safety's like massively important. But for me, it just sounds like just another thing to beat the motorist around the head with. Really,
it's another game of shaft the motorist.
Yeah.
Because rightly, they up the fines and the points for being on your phone. I mean, I have quite a long commute. Yeah. And some of the dickheads I see on the road is unbelievable.
Oh yeah.
On the phone.
Yeah.
Drifting into lanes.
Yeah.
So they up the fines, they up the points. Hopefully, now I'm going on. This is opinion. I'll have to fact check this, so don't quote me on it. Maybe they're thinking now, hang on a minute, we put them fines up and we put the points up.
Yeah.
So there's less people doing it.
Yeah.
So we ain't making as much money. So this is the conspiracy theory stuff, which I'm not even had a beer yet.
No.
And conspiracy theories.
Started, everyone.
So, we'll do them for something else now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Short of a few quid, let's shaft the motorist.
Yeah, it's always the same. Yeah, I mean, I don't know where it's going to end, really. I mean, you won't be able to talk to each other soon when you're driving. But I think eventually, you can just see it going on and on and on. But like I've said to a few friends this week and people that, to me, if it was a sincere attempt to curb the use of Bluetooth, that's just hands-free calls in cars, then they should be going after, if it's purely from a safety point of view, then they should be going after the car manufacturers. Because if they go to the car manufacturers, they could easily go to the car manufacturers and say, listen, we're introducing legislation when that car's in motion, the Bluetooth's not, you can't use it. That would be another, sort of almost a more legitimate way of implementing it, I would say. But I suppose then, but where does it end? Because that could just tempt people to pick the handset up again. But that's the problem.
Whatever, I think there was talk of they wanted the motorist to lock the phone in the boot, so your phone couldn't be easily reached. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In your cabin.
Yeah.
But say they charge you. Let's go mental. Let's charge you 500 quid. If you get caught chatting on your hands-free Bluetooth, so they bring it in, and it's a 500 quid fine, right? Now imagine every delivery driver in the UK.
Yeah.
You're talking multi-drop parcels, full load HGVs.
Yeah.
Who won't be able to access the phone. They'll have to stop and phone up and wait until they get their instructions. Sounds only 2-3 minutes. You pile them 2-3 minutes up for every delivery driver. How much would that cost?
Yeah, no, you're right.
The economy.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's true. It's just one of those half-baked, headline-grabbing.
Yeah. Some tits on 300 grand a year.
Yeah. Getting
drove around in a long wheelbase XF.
Yeah.
What can I do today?
Yeah. No, you're right. No, exactly. Yeah, it is that. And ultimately, it's the man on the street that pays for it, really. But I think what they need to do is go after people. I mean, I see it all the time on the road in terms of people at traffic lights as well. So when you sat there at traffic lights, you're having your coffee in the car, and you can see it. You can see when you look at the person in front of you, and the lights go green, and then they don't move momentarily, and you can just see them looking down. They've got the hands. They've got the texting. Or they're on Facebook, or whatever it is. And even in cases, and we've all done it, and we've all seen it on the motorway, you can see people looking down as you drive past them. And you can see the texting. They're texting on the motorway. And it's just, you see it all the time. So I just think, of all the things you can do in a car, there's... I don't think a hands-free Bluetooth call is necessarily the one that you would single out.
What they could do, going back to what you said about the manufacturers, is if when your phone is in motion, the only number you can press on that phone on the screen is 999.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all you can do on it.
Yeah.
Unless you're Bluetooth.
Yeah.
But like I said, where do you stop? Do you stop and listen to radio?
Yeah, but you know what'll happen. People will dial 999 and say the phone doesn't work. The phone's not working. That's whole other thing. I love those. You hear people who phone 9. Oh mate, some of those are just
no pepperoni
Christ.
on the
I'll tell you what we're going to do on that very note. We'll write that down.
Yeah.
We'll do a segment going forward. 999 true or false, and we'll give you examples of 999 calls, and we'll maybe bounce them off each other and true or false, and I can say it'll be gold, that, because I guarantee the results will be astonishing. Yeah. So it will be.
And on that, if you're a 999 operator, or I know somebody that is, drop us a DM on any stories that you've had.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that'd be great. That's a really good idea. Yeah, anybody out there who works in the police ambulance force.
Ambulance force.
And the good old fire brigade, or whatever they call them these days, the fire
force. That sounds good.
Yeah, it does sound good. Yeah. Sure, if
sounds like an 80s glam band.
Write that down. It's good one. Yeah, we'll have that. Yeah, we're out there. Fire force, or anything else in between. Then that'll be great. Yeah, send message us like Dean said. Facebook and Instagram, or just put it in the comments below so we can do that. So yeah, it's frightening to say the least. So, that's some interesting stories this week. So no doubt, there were plenty to go on, and to be honest with you, we could go on all night, which we might very well do. So we run out of space on the memory card. Maybe we will carry on. Who knows? It could be a long one. But yeah, so in terms of any news stories that you guys as well, I suppose, and anything else that you guys want us to talk about, put it in the comments below. Obviously, don't forget to subscribe as well, and yeah, we'll be happy to talk about it, absolutely. And any comments you've got on anything we talk about in the shows, I suppose, put that on as well. So this is obviously episode 1, so it's a learning thing. We're guided by you guys as much as the content that we come up with.
Hopefully it's not as bad as Star Wars Episode 1.
Yeah, well, we can't.
Don't.
Yeah.
I'll be on for an hour.
Yeah, you'll realise this going forward. Yeah, Star Wars it'll be the you set him off and that'll be it. I promise you now. Yeah, the internet will break. There's no getting away from it at all. So I think that probably rounds up the news for this week.